Good evening and welcome to Side 21 and tonight's episode of The Jungles of Paldir. If this is your first time catching us on this campaign, it is a heroic journey through a mysterious jungle in hopes to find a weapon that may be able to kill a god. Just a few announcements to get through before we jump back into that story, however. Starting with, we have a brand new show. It's called Side 21 and the first episode is out on YouTube now. This is a discussion podcast style show where we talk fantasy, TTRPGs, and beyond. Please go check it out. Let us know what you think. We're also on social media at Side21TV on Instagram and TikTok, so go check us out there. Lots of great stuff like character sheets, memes, and more. And then, of course, we have our merch store at Side21.tv. You can go find hats, shirts, and lots of great merch there. And then, of course, our Discord. Make sure you join our Discord. We would love to chat with you about the campaign and anything else. I think that concludes our announcements, though, so let's go ahead and get back to the jungles of Paldir. Alrighty, where last we left off, our party continuing up the river after concluding their story in Banthura, making their way further north towards the Raventide Keep and the remainder of the northern parts of the island of Paldir, have been through some stuff. First, a mycanoid fight, followed by a Thornwolf fight, which included the introduction of what seems to be a new companion. Following that, the trial room, the temple ruin in which trials of the jungle were presented to our party, which they succeeded at with flying colors. Leaving that temple with some new rewards, and then discussing their plans. Some connections were made. A hermit continues to be mentioned in connection with shifting sands and perhaps a secret temple somewhere on the northern part of the island. Letting their new companion Rafa know, a previous and perhaps current resident of Raventide Keep, he let them know there is somebody matching that description currently in jail in Raventide Keep. So, piling into Mambo's raft and heading for the last part of the journey, we continued to proceed north. After going through a little bit of a rapid, a downhill slope, followed by a couple bends in the river, dumping them out into a straightaway and finding themselves face to face with what became a Kutoa piranha controlling figure here in the jungle, and combat ensued as fire bolts and guiding bolts and bullets now with Rafa revealing his side piece flying over the top of the river, breaking the silence and the sounds of nature that are common here. The fight ensued. Piranhas were being controlled by this entity, came flying out of the river, biting some of the people standing in the raft. Lothario making his way to the shore, casting spells from the side. Piranhas continuing to jump, even affecting poor Mambo as the boat moved ever closer. However, combat eventually coming to an end as the party successfully was able to chop this guy to literal pieces on the shore as Mambo pulled the boat up behind them. And this is where we pick up with the majority of our party members standing here on the shore, Halbor not far away at the front of the boat. This Kutoa figure dead on the ground in front of you. One arm separate. What would you guys like to do?
How quickly is... You said he's pulled up on the shore now?
Yeah,
Is he
he's in the process. You guys are out of initiative now. He's pulling up.
Okay. Well, that I guess went better than a lot of the fights that we've been getting into. Is everybody okay?
There was a lot of fish just swimming.
That
That wasn't fun.
fucking hurt so bad. Look at this, and I
That
just like
was
show
Yeah,
like
so
the
poor
blood
Paldir
mark
got
on
bit
my
in the
trousers.
butt.
I just like sigh and shake my head. I'm just like, we were bit in the unmentionables.
Sorry
You're
about
doing
that.
okay. I want
Can I
to take
see
this
if
time.
the
Oh, go ahead.
can I see if the piranhas are still around or are they gone?
Make a perception check as you kind of scan the water, looking to see if there's piranhas around.
First roll, first roll, first roll.
Come on.
6.
Oh.
With a 6, you're glancing around and you don't see any, but given what just happened to you guys, you definitely don't feel confident that water is piranha free.
I pick up the arm and toss it to the area I last saw a group of piranhas.
Yeah, and you see kind of the wand drops to the ground there as you throw the arm into the water. Let's roll for it.
Let's roll for it. That's fun. Math rocks, math rocks.
Yeah, it seems to just sink to the bottom. It actually doesn't really sink. It's kind of like bobbing there. It doesn't appear to be. It looks like it's getting swept down, basically. As it kind of floats away.
Okay.
I will say it gets down off map down here, and you do eventually see it get dragged under.
Okay.
So at Kutoa, what?
You need one of those magnet fishing setups.
True. Mambo, are you okay?
Right, well, not really. I think I've had about enough of the jungle for one trip. It's all right with you lots. I think this might be where we say our goodbyes.
Very well. I'm sorry that
I'm ready to get home.
I understand. I suppose right here is a good place as any. I'll kind of look at Rafa, like raised eyebrows. Right? Do you think you could find your way from here?
Rafa, make a survival check for me, please.
Okay.
Ooh, we got to find out. We might not find out.
22.
Very nice.
With a 22, you were on the other side, but you're actually about a stone's throw away from where you were camping when you were initially ambushed by the Thornwolf. And actually, now that you're kind of getting a chance to look around, now that it's calmed down a little bit, you look just up and across the river, and near where the arm was drug under the water, you can actually see the area where you had been camping a couple nights ago. You do unfortunately notice that the raft that you had is very damaged and doesn't look serviceable any further. But this is, this is like kind of at the edge of your vision, like 100 feet down.
Notice this, I'll just turn to him and give him a nod.
Well, good. Yes, well, Mambo.
I would say one more thing with that 22. It took you, the way that you left, it took you about a day to port your boat through the woods to that campsite where you're getting ready to head back down the river. It's not going to take anywhere near that long to get from here to the side of Raventide, as opposed to like the dock side.
Okay.
Especially when you're not carrying a huge raft.
Interesting. I don't know anything. It's fine. Okay, well, good. Well, thank you, Mambo, again for all your help. I hope to see you again someday. Please be careful getting back.
You see him like starting to turn the boat around. He's like kind of maneuvering it with the oar and turning it in a 180. And as you guys all kind of hop off, you see him get into like a compartment under the planks. There's like a little trap door there that you guys didn't know about or see. And you see him pull out this. It looks like a trolling motor. If anybody's ever seen it, it's like a little motor that goes on the back of the boat with a small propeller. And you see it's got those telltale kind of like bamboo gears and like a belt around the side. And you see he kind of mounts it to the back of the boat and starts like cranking it almost. And it seems to have like, as you guys are watching him do this, it seems to have like a flywheel in there that like builds up like kind of momentum. So like as you start to turn it, it like starts to move on its own a little bit with the weight of the wheel. And it's fully mechanical. There's no engine or anything, but you see, the boat begin to start to make its way back against the current this time towards Banthura. And he kind of like turns back and, all right, good luck to all of you. If you ever make it back to Banthura, you're very welcome. Watch out for piranhas and, more jungle beasts.
As he says this, I'm gonna Lithariel will take out his harp again and just kind of give it a couple plucks through a chord progression, and he's just gonna yell Mambo Wombo and give him a bardic inspiration just to help him out on his journey back, just in case.
But thanks, mate. And you guys watch as Mambo and his boat disappear off the map.
Bye, Mambo.
Bye, Mamba.
As you guys now stand here in the jungles of Paldir for the first time first time since you met Gorman without a guide or any kind of knowledge of what to expect.
Well, maybe do you want to look at this creature a bit more, Halbor, at all? And what is this thing?
That
Point towards the you said a wand fell out of his hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious what he hit you with. He summoned like a lightning bolt. I thought only our new friend Rafa over here knew how to do that.
Yes. By the way, are you like the champion of a god or something? Because Morga is a champion of a god, and she can do incredible things. And Halbor isn't, I suppose, but he can also do incredible things. That's just summoning lightning is magnificent.
Really, you're a champion of the gods.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, of Helm. Have you heard of Helm? We could talk about it all the way where we're going. He's really great. I think he'd like you. It was kind of weird actually, because I felt like I died and then I saw him and here we are now. I got this shield and a lot of pressure, but that's okay.
You handled it well.
Oh yeah. But you can just summon bolts from the sky. I should introduce you to Helm. He could use that.
Unfortunately, the will of the sea is the only will I follow.
That is fair. Well, if you reconsider,
Is that are all pirates that way? Is this like a pirate religion?
No, it is a personal thing.
I understand. I won't press any further. I didn't realize you had a firearm. That put me off guard for a bit, but that's very helpful. Wow. And a great shot, too.
Many thanks.
Wow.
And then turn and take my hat off and put it on Halbor's head and start making my way into the water to look for my trident.
It's like huge, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's massive on your head for sure.
I'm
Okay,
just imagine-
you start swimming out to where you lost your trident. Go ahead and make a. It is like the water's deeper here down in the middle than, so you are kind of like treading water. So I want you to go ahead and make a. Give me 2 checks. Give me an athletics check with advantage because I think you are a very strong swimmer. And then give me a investigation check as you dive down trying to find this trident.
So that's going to be 25 on the athletics
Nice.
Yeah,
Crisp.
strong swimmer.
and a 3 on the investigation.
Oh no.
So I'll say you can try this as many times as you want. It's just gonna delay the adventure. So, I mean, if you guys want to take a short rest here, and instead of short resting, you can search for your trident. It's totally up to you.
Hey, I like call out so he can hear me. I'm like, hey, if we want to take like 20 minutes, I can identify whatever the hell this guy had on him.
Go ahead and make
That would be
a
nice.
investigation check, Halbor, as you look over the body.
Could I see that Rafa's like looking for his trident and kind of just like try to give him like a different point of view, like from the shore, see if I can like see any glimmer or anything to help him out?
Sure.
Nice.
I got a 25.
With a 25, that's very good. You're looking down. You pick up the wand. You look at the wand. It gives. It seems like, and you're very kind of into this kind of stuff. You already have a wand. You know about magic. Like this, it doesn't seem to inherently have power of its own, but is more of a tool that he uses to channel his power.
Oh, it's his focus. Interesting. And I'm like,
What does catch your eye, however, is a very large, shiny gold ring on the hand that remains on his body.
Oh, thank goodness.
And you can, as you look at it, you can see there is a kind of like fish, like stamped into the gold, like at the top. You know, it's like one of those rings that there's like a large, like circle kind of shape on the top of it that has a stamp in it.
I go to snag it. I'm like, kneeling down, and I just try to like, pop it off of his. I do the whole motion of like, well, he's dead. He won't need it. Like, grab his wrist and go to like pull the ring off.
Yeah, well, it's not cursed. Oh, well, all right. Well, what if you
As
turn
far
into
as
one
you
of
know
those?
right now, it is a beautiful gold ring with a fish on it.
Can I? What about the like rod? Did I see if he's got any other weapons or anything around here?
You get the same sense with the scepter as you did with the wand, that it is the magic was his and not that item.
Or not that? Okay.
You get the distinct feeling that you're handling a magic item, though, when you pick up the ring.
I kind of like hold it up and I'm like, hey guys, look what I found. If Rafa's gonna go swimming for a minute, I'll cast Identify because it takes 10 minutes. So
Okay, I think
Okay.
I'm going to.
So as you guys are working on finding the trident, Rafa, you've got Lothario like shouting out to you from the shore about like every time he sees like a glint of reflection under the water.
there.
And you see Halbor sit down with this ring here in this 10-minute time while all the guys are busy with things. Morga, what are you doing here?
I'm just kind of watching, and then I realize that I have a fishing pole on me, and a part of me wonders if that would be very helpful. So she's just is gonna reach out from her bag of holding and just hold this fishing pole and go, "Do you think this would be helpful? I just found this in my bag. I feel like that would be good.
You might.
because
hook-
I
you
don't
might
know. Maybe it
accidentally
might
hook
work.
Rafa. I'm not saying that you're bad at fishing.
Oh.
I'm just, it might be more of a safety
I've
issue
never
than it
been
already
fishing
is.
before.
Rafa, go ahead
I
and
like-
make another investigation check with advantage this time, as Lothario has been shouting out to you.
It could be
love
another
the
rock,
idea.
but it's a really shiny rock down there. I don't know. It's pointy.
What was that?
18.
18 was the DC.
Nice.
As you swim back down,
I rolled a
Lothario kind of
19
gets this.
minus 1.
he kind of gets this glint, and like like after you guys are doing this, so this is like right at the 10-minute mark as Morga is like pulling out her fishing pole, like suggesting that maybe this will help. You see like finally like a kind of a glint as the water like shifts away that it hasn't been, and it's different than like the silt and the river rock that you've kind of gotten used to now that you've been looking for it. That's not it. Wait a second, that looked different, and you were able to point it out to him, and you were able to swim down in that spot that he referenced, and you feel your hand clasp around the cylindrical shape of the handle of your trident. You kind of splash back up to the surface. You see Morga like starting to like unhook the hook and like get the reel ready to help you out with the fishing pole. About this time, as you see him start to swim back, you have identified this item, sir.
Yes. New thing.
Ritualistically casted. What does it tell me? Are you joking? That's amazing.
Oh, shoot.
This is the
You should be able to
coolest
add that
shit
to your
ever.
inventory in D&D Beyond.
What is it?
I have this like, I think those like giant saucer eyes where you're just like, oh, this is so cool. And I'm like, it summons spectral piranhas.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
This is why those piranhas suck ass, because they're normal piranhas that are just magically summoned.
Oh.
This
Ass-sucking
is
piranhas.
fascinating.
That is interesting.
And I'm like taking notes on like the piranha stabbed me this much when it bit me, and that explains why I could like shoot them with magic, but it was a pain in the ass to rip them off by hand. And like,
Ah, yes.
uh,
Well, that
this
can be
thing is
very useful.
fascinating.
This jungle is filled with so many wild things.
Cool, yeah. And I put it on, and I'm like, well, we can divvy up some stuff later when we make camp if this potentially goes better for someone else in the party. But for now, I've never had something gold on my hand. Can I hang on to this?
Sure.
It looks great.
The like slum kid in me is like that's like fascinated with gold that I've never gotten a chance to really hold. Is like, wow, the extravagancy on this ring.
It looks great on you.
How big is it?
Walking out of-
Resized to me, or is it like a freaking wristband?
No, it was much larger, but as you're like, I think that you, especially at this point in the adventure, would know that magic items typically are fit to whoever is using them, especially ones that are attuned to them.
So yeah, so right now it's like a bracelet, and as I start to attune to it, it's like shrinking and getting smaller and fitting better, and I'm like, this thing's so cool. Magic items are wild.
They are. Speaking of, and I like kind of like flourish out the cloak of barking a little bit. This thing is interesting. It can, help me take the shape of a tree in a way. I think like maybe this material and the fabric kind of overtakes the body in some way, but it's definitely magical, and we'll see if it comes to use, but I don't want to assume that it's mine. We all went through the challenges, so if anybody wants this particularly, you can have it.
You should try to become a bush or like a tree with it to see what it looks like. For science purposes.
Sure, I could try. As we're sitting here, can we sit here for a little while and chill and talk and take a little or a short rest? Not a long rest.
Long rest? I need a long rest.
I may have to buckle it up and make sure I'm wearing it appropriately to, you know, be able to use the magical properties. But if we take a little bit of time, I think I can.
Above table, just to make sure. Now that we are having some items that require attunement, any player I believe can be attuned to 3 items that require attunement at any given time. So please keep that in mind. If your items say attunement, make sure you're keeping track of that. D&D Beyond does have a tool for it, etc.
But if anyone else would, you know, I don't. Well, yeah, I'll wear it for
mean-
now then, I suppose.
I was like, yeah, shit. If you guys let me hang on to the ring, no reason you can't hang on to the cloak.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just kind of put it on and let the attunement process begin, hopefully.
Okay, yeah, it'll take, you know, Halvar can tell you, it'll take around an hour for you to attune to it. So you guys kind of, you know, take a short rest here on the banks of the river
Nice.
and consider what is to come.
Oh, yes, let me roll my thing. Short rest.
Yeah, I was like, I'll roll 1 hit dice just to make sure I'm up to full.
Oh, and then your temp HP goes away too. I don't know if it already did, but
Okay, I was just gonna ask to be safe.
yeah, I think temp is any rest or like, yeah. Okay, so how much do I need?
Man, those piranhas were rough. I can't wait to surprise somebody with this.
Didn't roll them. It didn't roll my hit dice. I'll just roll it.
Guess you don't get any HP?
20,
Darn.
Wait, did it do it in the log though? It just didn't show me on my screen.
I didn't see it on the log.
Oh, yeah. What the heck? Okay, so it's 1d8 or 2d8 plus 1. So I get 14, 15 back. I think that's full. Let's go.
Nice.
I feel much better. Yes. I think I may save this magic as I gesture to the cloak until maybe a time that I might need it, because I don't think you can do it very frequently with things like this. I just want to save it for the time we may need it, and I'm honestly terrified of the thought of being a tree. Seems very cool, but it's like I really hope that I become not a tree again. And so I've just never done something like that before. But we will try at some point. How's everybody feeling?
I'm still disappointed every time you say the name of your new cloak, because I really wish it just turned you into a dog instead of a tree.
I will not say it ever again.
Don't worry.
If I can
Don't worry,
remember.
that's not the problem. It's mostly the disappointment over there's no dog. But yeah, no, feeling good, feeling good.
Well, the last dog we ran into wasn't so nice. Actually looked a lot like this cloak.
Oops.
Yeah,
Oops.
it did before it
Does not
disintegrated.
exist.
Alright.
Oh.
Speaking of which, we're not too far from my camp that I was settled in at when I was attacked by those.
Oh. Do you think it's still
Oh yeah, did you
usable?
need anything you need to recover?
No, I tend to travel lightly, but I mean to say we are not far from the keep.
Oh. About how long do you think it would take?
It took me about a day's travel by boat. Should be much quicker by foot going to the side of the keep rather than the front entrance.
Mm.
Okay.
And you literally, the only reason it took you a day is because you literally had to like move your boat through from like one river that was moving east-west to a different river that was moving east-south, and you had to do that over land. So it wasn't even like by boat; it was like by walking, carrying a boat.
Dang, brutal. Well, shall we get started? Is there anything else we need from here? I suppose I'm ready to
Finally
go.
take my hat back from Halvor and put it back on my head, and take a cloth that is like white with red patches on it and clean the axe, and then use the same cloth to like wrap it back up and re-sling it back on my back. I believe I am ready to go.
Alright, I'll gather my things.
Let's go.
Yes, I
Following
should
you.
be ready to go.
Following you, Rafa.
Alrighty, as you guys make your way now along the side of this river into the jungle, very similarly to the way that the three of you did when you first arrived on this island. As you get a little more walking behind you, Rafa, you get the sense now that you're maybe just an hour from the side of the keep. You know that this river does run into the sewers below. What would you guys like to do now, as you are roughly an hour away from Raventide Keep here, just south of the pirate fortress?
Alright,
Any other preparations or things that need to be discussed before we get there?
To be honest,
we are about an hour away, so if there is anything to do, discuss, plan, now is the time.
Well, so you're saying that these sewers can get to the dungeon that this hermit is captured in?
That I do not know.
Make a
for
history
sure.
check.
Let me think about that for a
Okay.
second.
13.
With a 13, you know that the current brig, as it's called, is on the surface level. The dungeons or sewer systems that may have existed are not in use currently for like storing prisoners or anything like that.
The sewers will get us into the keep. The brig is a different story. There is a underground level to the keep, but that is not where the brig is.
So we can at least... It's just the way to get into the city.
Aye.
Okay. Alright. Oh, watch your step. There's a route. So, once we are in the city, how are we to get a prisoner out? What would be the best method to... Are we trying to... Is it a breakout? Is it... Maybe... Do you know about anything underneath the... Is there some kind of blueprint of the city that we can maybe gather while in there?
If we made this guy disappear, how much heat is it gonna cause?
With a bunch of pirates around. No offense. But... Well...
I'm gonna cut in here. Brayden, you, Rafa is, a member of the community, but certainly is not a security of the keep expert, or you know what I mean. So Just kind of keep that, I guess, in mind.
You're just a pirate from Pirate Land to me.
I, I, I do not know how would you break someone out where you are from.
Oh, well, I wouldn't, because that's against the law.
Right, right. There are rules in the keep and enforcers.
Pirates have rules? What do you mean? I
Silence,
thought the
young one.
whole. I just like look really sad for a second, just like, oh.
And so this hermit allegedly knows the whereabouts of our artifact. Is that essentially... Am I remembering this correctly?
Been talk.
I don't
there
think
has
you
been
are,
talk
to be
of a
honest.
prisoner who had talked of Red Sands.
Got you. Okay. Maybe if we can get close, Halbor, is there some kind of magic you can use to maybe communicate with this man?
This would be unwise.
Oh. Why is that?
Magic is less than liked in the keep.
What if nobody's around to see it?
Well, you could try.
Okay, noted.
Well, and I know of spells that can do this. To communicate, technically, I'm not capable of them. I can potentially observe or read his mind, but I lack the ability to scry, and I lack the ability to send.
Send. That's what it's called. Couldn't remember.
Trust me, above table, it took me 5 in real life minutes just now to remember that spell.
Sending. Well, I have the simple message spell, but I'd have to work it back into my rotation. Maybe we should just, once we get into the city, reevaluate from there. Like, once we have a better look at what's going on. I mean, you've been there, but we have no idea about this place, and all I know is pirates and danger, and so it might give us a better idea of how we can go about this. If that's a terrible plan, tell me now, because I don't want to get us killed.
Yeah, are we even allowed in? Like, how does getting inside work? Do we have to sneak in, and then we're just allowed there?
Oh yes, do we need disguises?
Did I see in my time there, like, anyone non-pirate looking?
Oh god.
So, Raventide Keep is a city. It is not somewhere that is like everyone knows every single person. There's no reason to assume Rafa knows every in and out and every answer to, what's going on there.
Yeah.
It's like literally a city.
Gotcha.
So it is a city of pirates. So I think you can reach conclusions based on, what might happen if a bunch of normal-looking people start walking through a pirate city. What might happen? You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like, this isn't like a mystery. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Gotcha. Cool. So yeah, I stop for a second and take out my disguise kit and start to just kind of work on making us look more seaworthy. With a couple bandanas here and there, maybe a little bit like a little cufflink or something, or stuff like that. An eye patch. Does anybody want to wear this? The eye patch.
No.
Oh, Morga. It's in
Sure,
here, so
I'll wear the eye patch.
all right, here you go.
Might as well.
There you
Thank
go.
you. She's just gonna finesse it over her eye.
Yeah, I just try to disguise us using my disguise
Oh,
kit.
whoa.
In a way.
I think there's probably, limited materials exactly for the entire
Yeah.
party in a single disguise kit. You definitely give Morgan the eye patch that's in there. Other than that, I think it's like mostly kind of like makeup style stuff.
I do. It says I have a costume, but it doesn't like specify what. While wearing a costume, you have an advantage on an ability check you make to impersonate the person or type of person it represents. But it doesn't say what kind of costume.
Yeah, I think that would be something that you would kind of like, what costume would you have had?
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
And it wouldn't have been a pirate because I'm trying to avoid pirates. But yeah, I'll just try to use some of the fabric and kind of like tie it in a bandana style and on a couple of us, maybe some sash fabric kind of like vibe off the arm or something, stuff like that. Do you happen to have an extra firearm?
No. This is mine, and this is my only one.
Oh, right then. I've never shot one before.
Do you have proficiency with the disguise kit?
I do.
Will you make a performance check with advantage, please?
Yes.
Come on, you got this.
First one's a 23 and a 14. So
Well, that's
23.
excellent.
23 is very good. I think that you were able to get at least a couple of pieces for everyone.
Yeah.
That I think that you're kind of starting down the road of getting some stuff.
Okay.
I will say, like, pretty much all of the like fabric elements that were in that disguise kit are probably used up though. So you probably still have like some of the makeup elements, but
Okay.
like the clothing elements, I think were probably used in the creation of these items for everyone.
Okay, good to know. This should help for now. I don't know. What do you think, Rafa? Is it passable?
We are getting there.
We're all just like sitting there like kids with our Halloween costumes on. Like, how does it look, Mom? Well,
It is something.
it will have to do for now. I suppose we get to these sewers then.
Well,
Right.
before we do, I'm going to cast a mage armor on myself.
Oh, nice. Smart.
How long does that last?
And 8 hours.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, the little thing's pretty freaking long, so
Pretty freaking long.
makes me die a little less. Little
right.
little less.
Well, so at this point, you guys are kind of walking and talking.
Yep. Morga, how do you feel about us infiltrating a pirate city right now? This wasn't
To
really
be honest, I'm
on the
a
agenda.
little nervous because I have. Yeah, I'm okay.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm just a little nervous because I only have 2 spell slots and we're about to go into a legit battle zone. So I'm going into this knowing I'm going to fucking die. But
No,
other
I-
than that, it's fine.
I understand. How
I'm just
late
saying
in the
my
day is
piece.
it?
I would say it was around midday when you guys concluded the encounter with the Kutoa. So I'd say maybe 1 or 2 o'clock at this point.
Well, we still have some travel to do through, I suppose, this sewer system with Rafa. Maybe
Yeah.
towards the end of that we can get some rest before we venture further into the city.
Oh,
Not
we
really
will
sure
see.
how to gauge
But
the
right now,
time
it's nice
frame.
to see the. Yeah, it's at least nice to sightsee. So it's at least pretty.
Yes, it's nice that nothing is currently attacking us.
The water is nice.
Yes.
The water is very nice. This callback.
It has a nice sound to it.
I wish B were here to see it. What's this?
I know. But I will say, you know, and it sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes I can see the people that I love through the nature that is around me, and at times, sometimes in the breeze. And I mean, I haven't seen my family in a very long time, but sometimes when there's a cold breeze, I can see them again. So maybe you could see her through little moments like that. It's not the same, but it makes the room feel a little bit more whole, right?
Well, yes. It's not the same, but it's a very nice thought. Very artistic thought from you as well. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you. I've been praying a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, great.
Yeah.
Keep on
About
walking.
this time, you guys start to see
Oh no.
a large structure, and you can kind of see, because what typically had been sky as you're kind of walking along this river begins to darken as the shadow of a massive structure looms before you.
Oh.
I'll say, it's been about another hour, so it's getting to be hello, Foundry. It's getting to be a little later in the day. I gotta restart Foundry. Oh, no, I don't.
Nice.
Okay, it's getting to be a little bit later in the day, but yeah, you start to see this looming, super tall wall coming into view ahead of you. The river narrows as it approaches what looks to be the keep's edge. It's once wild current, now looking like it's being funneled into a massive ancient grate that's set into this towering stone wall. Moss and rust cling to the iron bars here, which groan softly under the pressure of the water passing through this grate.
Ooh.
Beyond this grate, it looks like the river plunges into darkness, vanishing beneath this wall. Rafa, you know that on top of this structure lies the city of Raventide Keep. The river plunges into darkness on the other side of the grate, and it begins to bend like a serpent as it carries into the distance and out of view.
Alright, well, here we are. I just kind of like motion my arms up towards the wall.
This is more daunting than I even originally imagined.
Oh my gosh, looking at it's gonna give me vertigo.
I like what they did with the place.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, I think it's the moss. I think that has a nice tilted touch to it.
Well,
That's
That's
some dimension.
positive outlook on it. So where do we
Well.
enter?
You can see just ahead of you there's that grated, like the river continues into the keep. It is grated with like what looks like to be like a steel grate.
Just here?
Yeah, I just point over my shoulder towards the grate.
Alright. Do I have anything I wanna... No. Never mind. Nothing. Nothing at all. I start walking towards the grate. Check it out. Can I, do I, like, hear any, like, people on the other side of the wall or anything going on now that we're this close to the wall, necessarily?
So what you're looking at here essentially is a very large, like natural, almost mountain of a rock here.
Oh,
in front
got
of
you.
It's like about 150 feet tall, and you can just see that there seems to be like a man-made wall extending past the top of where it's natural.
Got you. So we're like way
So from
under.
this distance, you definitely, yeah, you can't hear anything beyond what may be beyond this wall. As you approach closer to the, I have 2 Halbors and no Lotharios. As you approach closer to this wall here, you will have to kind of, it's in the water basically, where this grate is. So you kind of step as close as you can without stepping fully into the water. Make a perception check as you kind of listen.
Ooh, 17 for 24.
It's quiet here. The river has kind of narrowed, and you hear the groaning of the bars that make up this grate, and you can hear. It's almost like the sound of river running through a cave. You're getting a lot of reverberation and echo of the sound of the water as it moves further into the structure. As you stand there and listen, you can hear just the distant rattle of a chain somewhere. And after that, it's just water.
Thought I heard something that sounded like a chain. It was very faint, but it kind of could have just been the rapids hitting the wall. I don't know. Are these grates like wide enough to where we can like slip through them, or is it like something that we're gonna have to like pry off? Or
you take a look at it, and I'll just give you your same perception. You think Halbor could probably get through it. You think everybody else would have a pretty hard time getting through it without opening it up somehow.
Is there a way I could check to see what kind of like... I know it's like built in a wall, but is there any like loose soil or dirt or anything I could excavate with mold earth that would give us an advantage?
You take a minute here as you guys are all kind of pondering what to do. And Halbor, you don't get the sense that mold earth is really going to help you in this situation. I mean, this is it's like, using mold earth against the mountain. And the grate itself is like in the water. So
Okay.
and we can see through the water that the grate is like completely solid all the way through. It's not like
yeah, you're
damaged
close
on the
enough
bottom.
to it now that,
Okay.
and it's slowed down considerably since you moved away from the area where you were fighting the guy. So yeah, you
Thank
can see
goodness.
down and see that it's going all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, okay. Well, we may have to damage this grate to get in. I believe Halbor could fit, but I don't think if we could squeeze through.
Right, well, Morga, would you like to try and take the grate off with me?
Yeah. Do you think that we would have enough strength to at least bend it? Or are you thinking take the whole thing out?
That
We could just rip it out.
was as I was thinking, yes.
Okay, then let's fuck it up. And then she's just gonna walk up to it. And is there 4 poles? Like imagining that there's like 4 or 5 or however many.
It is actually a crisscross. It's more like iron, like flat iron pieces, kind of, that are like welded together.
This.
So think of like a flat, like a ruler almost, but like wider. And then there's several of those, and then they go vertical and horizontal. So it's like a crisscross grid thing. But there's not
Well,
so
we
close
can-
together that Halbor couldn't fit through one of the squares, but nobody else could.
Gotcha.
So you think, looking at it, you think you could either try and bend the bars, or possibly, break a section of it to open up enough to where everybody could squeeze through. You think pulling the whole grate would probably be the hardest option.
I think we should. If you pull one side, I can pull the other, and or we go like this. Because if we try to take the whole thing out, I think it'd make too much noise. Um, and I don't want to alarm anyone. But also, we probably throw our
Thinking.
back out.
Also, good thinking.
And that I would like to live. So, if we could just pull, so she's gonna walk up to the grate and grab a piece of it, um, and like motion over to Rafa to come do the same.
Yeah, I'll grab the other piece and pull the opposite way.
I was trying to look to see if I had any
All
spells.
right, guys. You
and
guys
I was
see.
like, nothing.
You guys see Morga and Rafa kind of step up, both kind of grab part of this grate, both pulling in kind of opposite directions to widen one of these gaps for everyone, especially considering as well that it will need to be pretty wide for both your new companion and Morga as well. I'd like both of you to make a strength check with advantage here, please.
Oh, let's go. They're flanking the gate.
17.
Are you raging?
It would have worn off by now.
Okay, so you don't like recast it to do this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, and so you got a...
30-20.
17.
Okay, so that is basically like an average of 18, which was the DC. As you guys grab these
Let's
bars,
go.
you guys all hear as these metal bars are creaking, these ancient bars. You see like bits of rust like falling off and like creating these like small red dust clouds in the immediate area as you guys are opening this up. But yeah, you get to a point where you think that it is wide enough that all of you could probably squeeze in.
Bane's just bursting out of there like forearms.
What an absolutely amazing display, guys.
Yes, very, very nice. All right.
That was teamwork right there.
I guess I'll go first. Is it like is the water moving to the point where it like if I get into the water into the grate or whatever, like I'm gonna like get carried away, basically, or no?
No, it's slowed considerably.
Okay, it's
here.
waitable. All right. Then yeah, I'll just kind of
For
like
sure.
tighten up.
I mean, you're gonna be propelled forward a little bit, but like not quickly.
Okay. I'm just
And,
gonna
you
like
know, if you really put your mind to it, you can probably fight it.
yeah, fasten the sashes on my instruments so they're a little bit higher up on my chest. And yeah, go through the hole that they made for us. But I'll hold on to the grate for now, just in case it kind of pulls at me a little bit before everybody else
Do the
gets
rest
in.
of you follow Lothariel?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pushing like right behind him, so he doesn't really have space. Like push everyone through.
We'll just-
Albor?
I'm like,
Should've
yeah,
picked them up.
I was gonna say I have like that joking thought moment of like, I'm coming. Oh my gosh, the water's so strong. Help me! Like,
I'm just gonna pick up Halbor and kind of like guide him baby wise like through the gate and like try to keep his head above water while I try to navigate my way through it so he doesn't drown.
steps on my head on the way in.
So, Halbor, like a little baby, you see behind Morga, right? She's got you, and you're kind of looking over her shoulder as she carries you through, trying to squeeze you through this gate. And you kind of, facing out here, looking back into the jungle as the party enters the sewer system with about 100 feet of ancient sewer and who knows what else between themselves and Raventide Keep. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode as we finish up our time here in the jungle and on the river for now and head into the subterranean and what mysteries it may hold.
I can only imagine. Seriously,
That's
we've run into the
absolutely
wildest shit.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode of the Jungles of Paldir. We very much appreciate it. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel to see much more. One more quick reminder to check us out on social media as well at Side 21 TV, and we will see you next time on Side 21. Have a wonderful night.